Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom, Aswasyastu, Namo Buddhaya. Salam kebajikan. His Excellency, Head of Study Program, Bapak Andi Mulyana, STMM, and honorable guest, of course, Mr. Chen Zhe, PhD from Hangzhou City University, and respectable all participants. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself first. My name is Niwayan Masatiarini, and you can call me Marsha, and I will be the moderator for today's lecture. And welcome to today's international lecture, ladies and gentlemen. To start the opening ceremony by playing Indonesia national anthem.
Indonesia.
I think there's technical problem, but we would like to welcome Bapak Andi Mulyana to give his opening speech, and the time is yours, Bapak.
Oke, terima kasih Mbak Marsha. The sound is clear. Suaranya terdengar jelas nggak?
Jelas, Bapak.
Jelas ya. Oke, kita mulai ya.
Jelas, Pak. Jelas, Pak.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, Pak.
Shalom, Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan.
Afternoon.
The Honorable Mr. Chen Zhe, Assistant Professor, International School of Cultural Tourism, Hangzhou City University, China. All the lecturers and fellow students of Universitas Terbuka, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to welcome you to this delightful event. The international lecturing is designed to provide a platform for Chinese tourism attraction and destination to showcase their unique offerings to the international tourism community. China is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world, and for good reason. It is a country with a rich history, culture, and natural beauty. The Chinese tourism market is expected to continue to grow in the coming years. This presents of great opportunity for international tourism business to expand into China. Today's event is also an opportunity for Chinese tourism attraction and destination to learn more about the international tourism market and how to attract more international visitors. We will also be discussing the latest trends in Chinese tourism and how to best position your business to capitalize on these trends. I hope that the event will be informative and beneficial for all participants. Thank you for joining us. Selamat siang semuanya. Silakan dilanjut Mbak Caca.
Thank you, Bapak. Okay, now we're going to the main session of today lecturing. Good afternoon and welcome for today lecturing, Mr. Chen Zhe. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hope I mentioned your name right. Okay. Mr. Chen Zhe, PhD, is a research assistant professor from International School of Cultural Tourism, Guangzhou City University. Today, he will be talking to us about some of the most interesting Chinese tourism industry. Okay, before we start, the participant could use the Q&A box if you have any questions. And please mute your mic during the presentation. Mr. Chan, do you have you have time for 30 minutes presentation? Is okay?
Yeah, sure. So can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly?
Okay, yeah, clear.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Mr.
Sure.
Chan, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Wait me a second. I just found my slides. Wait a second. Okay, so I probably get started. So hello everybody. My name is Li Chen, and it's very honor for me to be here to share the topic of China tourism attractions and destinations. It's because when I heard the news, because my dean asked me to do this presentation, and I was kind of thrilled because for me, because I joined the school, our school, Hangzhou City University last year, and actually I graduated last year as well. I completed my master's degree in a New Zealand university called the University of Waikato. I'm not sure you're familiar with the university or not. And although I'm not famous, but my supervisor, I would say, you might know, it's a big name in our field. The editor of tourism management. So my supervisor is Chris Ryan, and he has researched the top Chinese tourism for, I would say, more than 20 or 30 years already. So, and I think, although I'm a bit panicked for sharing such a big kind of topic, but I would say I would do my best and to share some kind of my insights about this in these areas. And before, when I was preparing for my slides and the PowerPoints, and I asked the committee of this activity, this sessions, and I would say what kind of things I need to prepare to make it more. It's more kind of theoretical or it's more practical to make it more to kind of the audience like. And so I found it's kind of I did a bit of kind of research previously, and I found probably it's make it more easy and to help us to just kind of know a little bit about China and the attractions, destination, and about kind of emerging trends about in these areas. So wait me a second. Oh, I can't do. Wait me a second. I just share my slides. So, and for the 30 minutes, more or less, and I would talk about the destinations and attractions pretty much the famous destination in China with their kind of magnificent attractions. I'm not sure how you familiar with the place or cities in China. And for me, it's kind of very brave for all kind of introductions. And hopefully you will like some of the place, some kind of, I'm not saying it's kind of, it's a whole picture, but it's kind of, it's part of elephants. You will know about Chinese kind of destinations. And the second part, I'm going to share some trends I have been observed. I would not say it's kind of definitive kind of trends happening in China, but that's part of my kind of observation with the literature or research I have been read. So without further ado, let's kind of dive into the first part, the destination and attractions. And when I was preparing the slides, I feel like how to make it more fun and more interesting talk about those topics. And I found that probably we can just take a tour, like when I look at my phone and check I was always like to watch the Chinese version of YouTube in China called Bilibili to watch some kind of tour vlogs and also go to some like popular social medias in China because we use a lot of different social medias like people outside of Chinese market. I'm not sure if you're familiar with. We use WeChat. We use Xiaohongshu, also it's a name called Little Red Book, and similar to Instagram and some other kind of applications. And the people always recommend some kind of interesting tours. I would say it could be an interesting idea to do. Hopefully, it would be an interesting idea to do. And when I dive into the guided book and I found this tour as a trip advisor suggested kind of tour. It's the choice of 2023. It's called Classic Wonders. And the tours I kind of using this tour to kind of showcase the destination in China as well as their kind of attractions. So the place we will get started, this tour would be 11 days and from Beijing to Xi'an to Guilin to Shanghai. I think these 4 places is kind of our most kind of visited place in China, particularly for the foreign tourists. And Beijing, of course, the capital of China, right? And Xi'an is kind of in the middle of China, and it has the longest history, I would say. And Guilin, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the place or not. As you could say in this photos on the left top, it's kind of very kind of amazing natural landscape. It's kind of the scenery you would say in Guilin. And Shanghai, I think, of course, Shanghai is kind of the city. It's a mixture with modernity and traditionalism. So I would be a tour guide. Hopefully, I would be a good one and to introduce those kind of destination to you and their attractions. And take the tour virtually. We try the high speed train as well as flights across China, right? So the first stop is Beijing. When you fly from Jakarta to Beijing, and Beijing, I think I would say it's one of the best places to know about Chinese history because the Beijing served as the capital of Asian dynasty. In the most famous, which was the Ming and the Qing dynasty, because China has, I'm not sure how you're familiar with Chinese history or not, because we kind of proud of our long history for over 5,000 years. So, and Ming and Qing is actually the last 2 dynasties. Sorry.
Yeah. So sorry, I think your mic muted.
Yeah, I think I don't know why. You can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. I don't know, it's kind of automatically, so as long as good, it's okay. Thanks. So if you go Beijing, definitely the Great Wall, the longest wall in the world, and it's like a symbol of China's nation, right? And look, you can look at the pictures, the structures, the wall, the watchtowers, and other kind of parts of the Great Wall. You could imagine yourself like standing on top of this walls and breathing the air to show the history of China's and the civilization. It would be really interesting, right? And definitely for Beijing, for the attractions, you could go for Forbidden Cities, like it's the whole stories of 24 empires in China, particularly during the Ming and Qing dynasty. And you can see the photos, the pictures on the left corner side, the Forbidden City, the color, the royal color of yellow and red to showcase the power at that time. I did visit the Forbidden City one time when I was very little with my parents. And it is very interesting nowadays. When come to the summer or winter vacations or holidays, because in China we have a long summer vacations for about like 2 months for students, for primary, middle, and high school students. So they always like to go to the Forbidden City because it's just a museum nowadays. So they would go there for the educational tours to learn about the structure, the kind of architectures and also kind of history back that time. And for the palace, I was just for our tour or for the attractions. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this side or not, called Summer Palace. This side is kind of very interesting, as you could see the photo on the corner at the also left side, but the behind of the first photos, the pictures. You can see the pagodas and the lake, and this is a summer retreat place for the emperor families at that time, and for the emperor family, they built this is kind of mixed with all those kind of magnificent architectures from all the Chinas to kind of to entertain the imperial families. Imagine, so this is kind of it's not far from the Beijing city center, so it's a very interesting place to kind of go for a look and to experience the history and how the vibe back to like a 1,000 years ago, right? Wait a second. And for our second stop, we try to I would say Xi'an. If you want to know more about the China's ancient history, such as Zhou dynasty, Han dynasty, and Qing dynasty. The Qing dynasty is kind of one of the earliest dynasties in China, and the Xi'an is the best place to go because, as you could see in the slides, Xi'an serving as the capital city of 13 dynasty in China is one of the oldest four kind of Asian great capitals in China, and it's kind of birthplace of Chinese civilizations. And these pictures I show here for this building, actually is right at the city center of Xi'an. So very interesting. It's kind of the kind of runabout, but it's kind of turned the traditional into a very modern kind of site. So it's very interesting to have a look at there. And for this one, I think, I'm not sure you heard about this place or not. It's very, very famous in China. It's the Terracotta Army. So it's back to the Qing Dynasty. So the empire want to show his great work for Qing, for the first empire of China called Qing Shi Huang, and he want to preserve all his great work at the time. So he create his kind of tomb to kind of to have all those kind of the soldier stadiums and other kind of horse and other kind of part of back the kind of what he had done at that time to into this kind of the kind of the site to preserve it. It's definitely a great place to go for a look, and I haven't been there, but I always want to go there. So, and imagine yourself like stand in front of those kind of amazing kind of the crafts or the artifacts back from history to history, and then nowadays it shows how the civilization has evolved from such a long time ago to now. And an interesting thing I would say for this site, and if you go now, they have incorporated a lot of like technology sort of stuff, and so probably just use your phone to scan some of parts of the kind of sites, or how to say, some sort of location, and you can interact with the sorry, some of like the history. It's kind of taught. It's a video about the history back to the Qing Dynasty, and also be good to have a look at big white goose pagodas, and you could see photos. The pagoda is this one, and I would say it's kind of very interesting to you just imagine yourself to immerse in the pictures or environment. It's a very modern kind of, at the backgrounds or skyscrapers, but in front is all the traditional ancient buildings, and it's kind of walk across the past and the futures, sort of kind of meanings. And for the pagodas, it's houses to house the Buddhist materials or like treasures that one of the monks has traveled from India and brought those kind of treasures to the Xi'an and stored in these pagodas. And for the third stop is Guilin. So Guilin is kind of most beautiful places with the karst landscape and clean rivers and idyllic countryside and rice terrace. I think could be similar a bit to the Indonesia, right? And I would recommend to take a Li River kind of cruise from Guilin to Yangshuo to appreciate the kind of amazing karst landscape. And okay, for the last stop of our tour is Shanghai. Shanghai, and I would say it's a vibrant and dynamic cities with rich history and modern skylines. And I prepared the photos at the right side. You could say this is the bot, and it's right in front of the Huangpu River. Actually, it's kind of city center area of Shanghai, and on the one side of the river, you could see all those kind of it's kind of more kind of European style kind of historical buildings or architectures. And in front of the waterfront area, you can walk around. And on the other side of the river, it's all skyscrapers. And it's very kind of amazing and magical place to take photos, I would say. And stunning view, and to reflect the how China has been developed over the past how many years? Like I would say 50 years, particularly after China's the open and reform in 1978, and added a little bit more. Actually, China tourism also kind of start to kind of boom from that time as well. And Shanghai is also renowned for its diverse culinary kind of options, from high end, as you could say. Imagine yourself sit in front of such kind of restaurant and watch the Shanghai Towers and the Oriental Towers, and enjoying the view and having kind of 3-course kind of dinners or meals. It'd be very kind of pleasing. And I would say there are a lot of like food offered, kind of deserve your options from all type of cuisines offered in Shanghai, and several Michelin restaurants well. But if before my taste, I would definitely go for the xiaolong bao. It's kind of little bomb. I'm not sure you have tried this or not. It's kind of, it's very the skin of the bun is really thin and it's very juicy, and I guess maybe back in your country you also have similar kind of dishes, but it's definitely worth a try to have such kind of nowadays. I think culinary or the kind of the tour to exploring the food is very very popular in China, at least as I had been observed. For our tour, the classical wonders, I only recommend 4 places, but I would say there are so many other destinations that deserve a stop in China. So without stopping, I will introduce you most, and I will end with the city where our city has been located, the Hangzhou. So another one is Chengdu. It's kind of also very popular destination in southwest of China. So I would say, who will refuse such cute animals? Look at the pandas, right? And Chengdu is definitely the best place to kind of to go for it and to kind of have a close experience with those adorable creatures and animals. I would definitely spend like an afternoon and just sit in front, just take a chair, take a seat, and sit in front of those cute animals and watching their kind of eating bamboo, and spend a quality of chill time, right, with friends or families. And Chengdu also famous for its kind of spicy food. There are in China we have like 8 famous or 8 major category of food, or how to say, category of kind of cooking styles, right? So the Chengdu or they are famous for Chuan style. So the Chuan style is famous for the spicy, the non-spicy kind of taste, and if you go there, a lot of visitors will not miss the opportunity to try the local dish like hot pot and like the spicy kind of cuisines. And one example is mapo tofu. So I think nowadays you can taste mapo tofu all around the world, but it for the knowledge is kind of birthplace for this cuisine is from the Chengdu or these areas. Oops. And because China has such a long history, so I also want to recommend one more kind of historical place. It's Luoyang. It's in the middle side. It's the middle of China, called Henan Province, and it's famous for the Zhou dynasty. It's about 1,500 years ago, and it's so many empires set their capital in this place and make this place very kind of a unique place, I would say, to learn Chinese history. So, and for the place you must go, I would say, is Longmen, as I show in this photo set here. So this site holds over like 100,000 Buddhist image and statues. So just look at the photos, those carvings, and so all those kind of statues. I'm always kind of amazed by the crafters or those kind of artists. I don't know how to define them nowadays, but back at that stage, with their kind of effort, kind of putting to create such kind of culture and cultural sites. And also, just back to time, I think a lot of like the poets or writers have been traveling to this site to get inspired about writing and the histories. And one more site before introducing my series, the Zhangjiajie. As you can see the photo, I think this site, the interesting thing is like this site, of course, this is the UNESCO heritage sites, the natural heritage sites, and plus that, actually, I don't know, the information on actually Avatar has used this site to kind of create the special effect for some of the things for their films. So I think for this place, as shown in this slide, exploring the Zhangjiajie natural forest, where are breathtaking rock pillars which forms a forest of massive pillars. And another interesting thing, kind of controversial as well, a little bit. So they have the longest cable cars, right, from very bottom of the kind of one mountain to the top of this Yemen mountain, and you can enjoy all those views. But very, very unique experience. But previous have some kind of conversation or debate about whether how the kind of natural site could be preserved or could be developed in Chinese kind of destinations. Okay, hopefully you still enjoy the tour. The tour is a bit long, but just there are too many destinations to introduce. But last but not least, the place. Hangzhou, as I introduced, our city is Hangzhou City University. So Hangzhou definitely deserves several sentences. I would like to recommend to come and to know about. In China, we have a phrase or saying like there are two heavenly cities in the earth, and Hangzhou, our city, is one of it. And our city is located in east part of China. It's about like 1 hour high-speed train from Shanghai, and it's very unique, as you could see here. This photos, the West Lake. it's very different from other cities in China. We have actually, one more thing. Hangzhou is the city where I born and raised up. So kind of very different emotion about the place maybe, and so it's kind of my hometown, my home city. So right, and we have the West Lake. It's also a UNESCO World Cultural Heritage Site. So, and this lake is in the middle. I would say in the middle of our cities. So in the CBD area, there are huge lakes, and on the one side is a lake in a very natural kind of environment, while on the next to this lake there are luxury shopping mall or complex, and they are nearby is all those tall kind of skyscrapers, the high kind of high end buildings and all kind of very luxury views. It's very unique, I would say. And near the lake, there are also several art universities around. So it's very, I would say, it's kind of mixed with everything, natural bit art, and you can also have a taste of like a modern or luxury kind of vibe. And you could say the pavilions, and yeah, you can take a cruise kind of around this like. And for the West Lake area, so it's areas. Lake is small, but for the whole area, there are also a lot of temples nearby. You can see at this pictures there are a lot of kind of the influence or kind of legacy has been left from this place, from the history. And you know, for our city and for China is so famous for the tea, and for our city, Hangzhou, we're famous for Longjing tea, and it is one of the most famous tea varieties in China. It's kind of green tea, and you just look at the photo here, it's just a Longjing tea, and I visited this site so many times. I really enjoy it. You say it's a very kind of relaxing space to kind of clean myself to and find some interesting thoughts. Imagine yourself like to visit the tea plantation and to learn about the tea making process and participate in tea ceremony, and probably maybe sample a delicate kind of flavor of this renowned Chinese tea. And just look at the video of it. And nowadays, all the village has been kind of modernized, but still you can feel the taste. And actually, for this village, it's also inside of the actually very kind of central area of the city. So that's make our city very unique, I would say. And more about for this place, we have 3 World UNESCO World Heritage Site. The first West Lake, and the other is Grand Canals. The canal would link the Beijing and Hangzhou, so the capital of China and our city. Is stretched over like 1,700 kilometers. And it's the longest man-made canal, and actually our university is about 10 minutes away from the canal. So, and this village, Gongchen village, it's a place sometime I will go for work when I find a good place to relax. And in the wait me a sec, on the far side, the side across bridge for the left side of the area, there are a lot of museum like has been offered about the history about the place, as well and a lot of participatory activities. I will talk a bit more in the later part of my presentation about the trend. So nowadays, a lot of museums as attractions in China has provide a lot of technology kind of mix kind of activity to help people to enjoy the kind of history and the art craft and all sort of things. And another side at the Liangzhu archaeology sites, archaeological sites. It's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I mentioned many times. And this ancient city, you can see the photos. It's from 3,300 BC to 2,300 BC. So it's kind of prehistory of China. And this site has been well preserved and to show the ancient Liangzhu civilization. And very interesting place to know the urban planning and the craftsmanship back at that time. Very interesting. So it's kind of that's some information about our city. Yeah. So, and one more thing, I'm not sure you're familiar with this or not. Our city, the Hangzhou, has just held the 19th Asian Games, and our slogan is "Hot Hot" it features, and you can see the picture here, very cute mascots, and this the main stadiums for this Asian Games, the big looks. So, and our city also kind of developing too. Also, our city always has been a very popular tourist destination with so many tourist attractions. While with the big kind of sports kind of events.
Sorry, Mr. Chen.
Yeah.
You could speed up your presentation.
Okay, sure. So last we talk about some new trends. So I would say one emerging features of destination consumption in China is the from demand side, it's more experience oriented. One for the product side, it's kind of diverse integration of functions, and one's a race of house stay and guest houses. Like more people would choose kind of the homestay to stay to provide more kind of homely kind of experience. While the second is integration of cultural tourism, emerging technology, to as example I show here the AR, VR in sports game, historic side, and art intelligence. I prepared several videos at here. Or before that, so in China we kind of very mobile kind of oriented kind of destination kind of activity had been kind of involved. Like before tours for VR viewing, and during is kind of AR tour guiding, and after is kind of online clicking and tracking. And as I mentioned, there are a lot of AR and VR kind of experience have been used in the sports game, and for the game we had just held last month. It's kind of they use kind of very AR kind of technology. I can show it here. So for this kind of Running Man, actually it's kind of AR kind of involved technology and has incorporated into the whole experience to light up. It's from the light up the Asian game kind of vibe. And for this museum experience, I can show it here. So it's kind of all around kind of room, and the visitors could sit inside of this location, and it's all around, and in front is a theater, traditional theater place, and it provides a kind of more immersed kind of experience about like a tourist experience. Oops. And I would say the third kind of trend, the features for the emerging kind of tours that desire for healthy and joyful kind of cultural touring activity to enhancing the quality of life. And I would say more like, as I showed here, like spa treatment, yoga classes, and healthy clothing, etc. So sort of as well as hiking and biking. And without more kind of, I would say, from my observation, there are 5 kind of new form of popular tourism activities in a lot of for Chinese visitors, or at least in China, it's glamping, outdoor sports, micro adventures, countryside, family bonding, and the night tour. Briefly talk about each of them. Glamping, I think you're probably familiar with. So it's kind of luxury feeling of camping experience, particularly during a pandemic time. And so it's the great outdoor while indulging with upscale amenities and services. So you can look at the photos here. So this is several kind of glamping sites in China. And
sorry, Mr. Chen, your time is 4 minutes more.
4 minutes? Yeah, sure. I will finish soon. Yeah. So there are also outdoor kind of sports. So you can see like hiking, biking towards sports. I think more people involved in kayaking nowadays. So you can just 10 seconds. So this site near Hangzhou, it's a very beautiful area. Taking the kayaking, such kind of green place. And I would say nowadays more people want to try micro adventures, small scale adventures, like the luge and the lip lining. And the photo I show here, this lip lining is in the Huanghe River. It's our mother rivers. So it's very surreal, but it's manageable. So it's kind of interesting experience. And also countryside, family bonding. So more people kind of like to involve when they go to destination in China, they want to try this kind of family bonding kind of activity, like bamboo rice. The rice in the bamboo kind of containers, and a lot of kind of guest houses in the village provide this activity for the family to participate. And they also kind of like to collect the mushroom or other things. So nowadays, more Chinese visitors, particularly for family visitors, want to do more kind of natural, kind of more eco, kind of involved kind of activities when they go for the destinations. And also the kind of cultural tourism kind of night tours and a lot of performance as well. So to end my session, I use a kind of a night kind of cruise tours in my city. Oh, this is another photos. So taking the tour and on a river near our university, and for the tour, it's not only about kind of enjoying the river view, but also they have provide performance and all the lights. So it's kind of mixed with virtual to like a physical kind of attractions and a lot of performance, and they also kind of provide some gifts all the ways. So that's also part of kind of tourist kind of attractions nowadays has been popularized in China. Particularly look at this site kind of for the kind of LED kind of like kind of technology kind of picture, how to say, technology involved kind of design and help people to interact and immerse in this kind of culture and the cruise experience. And that's pretty much for my today's presentation, just my observations from Chinese kind of the trends happening in China, and maybe this kind of information you could use when you kind of design the tourist experience for Chinese visitors to come to Indonesia. That's all for my today's sharing. Hopefully it'll be interesting. Thank you.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Chan. Thank you for your presentation. And now we would like to open question and answer. We can check it from Q&A box, I think, for the first.
Yeah. But probably you need to translate. I'm not really good at Indonesian language.
Yeah. First questions from Niputu. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. First questions, I think, from Yulita Suryantari from the below first.
Okay. It is. Probably you can just talk to me. So you just say the question in English. Hopefully I can answer though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, hello. I can't hear anything.
Mr. Chen?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the question from Q&A section from Yulita Suryantari.
Dibacain aja katanya, Cak.
Gimana?
Dibacain aja.
Sorry, there's no open mic questions, right? Please put your questions on the Q&A box, and then we're gonna answer it. Okay. Well, sorry, Mr. Chan. So we're gonna answer first question from the Q&A box first.
Yeah, sure.
From Yulita. Dear Jay, good afternoon. Indonesia has many beautiful destinations like China, but there is a problem when overseas ticket prices are much cheaper than domestic plane tickets. So some people prefer traveling abroad rather than domestically. Does something like this happen in China? And what do you think for the solution? Thanks, and Universitas Terbuka teams. Yeah.
I just want to clear whether I hear the conversation clear or not. So you mean more people in Indonesia, people prefer to travel abroad instead of stay at doing the domestic tour because the travel expenses is the question. And does China have similar kind of? China have similar phenomena and the solution? Do I answer the question right?
Yes, right.
Yeah, I would say for China, because the question would be a little bit more difficult to answer because China is massive, and from west to south and east to west. For example, take Hangzhou, Shanghai, and Hangzhou as example, if we want to travel to Japan, it's just 2-hour flights. Japan and Korea, it's just 2-hour flights. But if we travel to the west part of China, like Tibet, it takes more than 5 or 6 hours. It's a far more long time and could spend even more to go doing domestic tours. So it's really hard to say, I would say, but definitely during the COVID time, more people choose to do domestic tour because at the time it's for the border kind of restrict. But nowadays the outbound tourism had definitely booms, particular for the place, for the countries nearby in China, and the such phenomenon, I would not say it's very significant in China. And for such solution, of course, so I think there are several ways you could to try to solve such kind of, try to improve the people to travel to the to the places within your country. For example, more kind of promotion using, I would say, like, I think definitely novelty is one of the most important kind of motivation for people to drive. And even within the city, within the countries, people might find the place, might find some place, although they might familiar, but definitely have the parts they are not familiar with. So I think it's important to explore the unfamiliar part to the people within your country to promote the place, using more kind of social media, and or because in China a lot of like vloggers and kind of to how to say, they kind of film the very kind of small places in China, and because those places more affordable and relaxing, and so people are more willing to travel there. So it's a very hard question. There's no kind of concrete solution for that, but that's my repetitive answer for that.
Okay. Are you ready for the next question?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hope it'll be easier.
Okay. The second question is from Katarina. I have a question about the best time to visit and safety tips. What's the recommended time to visit the Great Wall of China, or maybe any destination in China? And could you provide advice on food safety for travelers? Maybe people, some tourists from Indonesia, they eat halal food.
Yeah.
Or where can we find the information?
Oh yeah. So one more. So the best time to come to visit in China, right? The first question. I would say spring and autumn. So May and October was the best time to visit China for any place. So the temperature is really good, and like my city, we grow a kind of tree, and the flowers would just kind of boom during from early October to until now. So the whole city is very romantic because the beautiful smile and the environment's kind of, you can see the different color of the trees and leaves. That's beautiful time, I think. And the second is for the I think I heard the words of the safety. So definitely China is a very safe place to visit because with the technology, there are a lot of like the cameras and all other things to kind of to, and as well to keep the safety of when traveling. And nowadays, I would say China's getting, I'm not sure this right words or not. Definitely, we are richer than 20 years ago. So, and so, for example, take example, if you leave your iPhone in the Starbucks or a coffee shop, and after 30 minutes back, and the phone will be still there. So that's how safe I will provide. This is the example I provide. And for halal food, yeah, definitely that's a tricky question because we also have the colleagues from Pakistan, and he always found difficult to have halal food. But in China, there are also several provinces. They also have the more kind of Muslim kind of religion at their kind of own religion. So there are a lot of like halal kind of noodle restaurant in China, and of course in China we always use kind of the kind of phone to track the phone, and you definitely can find high quality halal restaurant. Unless you go to a village. If you go to the city, urban area, definitely you can find a lot of like halal restaurants.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Chen, for your explanation. Okay, the third question. Good afternoon. What are the cultural and historical landmarks that make China a unique tourist destination? Before you mentioned a lot of destinations, but what do you think the most that must visit cultural and historical landmarks?
Oh, yeah.
And the current trends and preference among Chinese tourists in terms of travel destination? There's a lot of questions here.
A lot of questions.
And cultural festivals.
Cultural festivals.
There's any okay. Is there attract a significant number of tourists? Because in Indonesia cultural festivals that's very crowded. And can you recommend some must-visit destination for tourists in China? And that's all from Nur Khalid.
I think too many questions. It's found it a little bit difficult for me to digest, but I just pick one point probably from the cultural festivals, right? Definitely, there are a lot of cultural festivals in China, and if you define crowdedness, definitely crowdedness in China is kind of plus because of our populations. So as long as the festival is a little bit famous, definitely it's kind of full of the tourists and the visitors. And if I'm going to recommend, it's hard to define. So the culture nowadays in China, of course, they are very kind of. We have a lot of traditional festivals, as you might know, the Spring Festival, the Mid Autumn festivals, and the Dragon Boat festivals. For those kind of more traditional culture-oriented festivals, it's full of the. We have. I think when I think about it, it's kind of very unique, a little bit unique to because the term of festival, the different culture might interpret differently. So, for those kind of traditional festivals, there of course, they itself offer a lot of activity as well, but also because it has been part of our culture already, so it's kind of. I would say so. It has been common sense in our culture, so I will not really. I didn't really participate. I would spend more time during the festival time to spend with my family, so I don't really go out. But also, it's more kind of creative festival like I don't know. I can't say the like Dragon Boat festivals in Hangzhou. Actually, I visited like a couple of weeks ago. It's very crowded, and people really enjoy see the dragon boat competition, and from people and the crowdedness. Personally, I don't really like it, but I visited the sites after the kind of a week or 2 weeks afterwards. But I'm more like enjoying the landscape of the environment of that. And the third things I want to mention, actually nowadays, the music festival is a very big thing in China. I'm not sure that's so particularly after the COVID, like because during the COVID, a lot of like the movie star or singers cannot to do the kind of physical concerts or kind of live shows. But after COVID, the all the limits kind of lift up. So and it's a very booming kind of market, and it's crazy, I would say. So yeah.
Yeah, same in Indonesia.
Yeah.
The music festival after COVID is so many, like twice of a time a month.
Oh yeah, I want to share like one of the. I'm not sure it's a kind of boy band. It's kind of famous called TF Boys, and they hosted their kind of one concert. Kind of, I don't know what kind of 10-year anniversary. I'm not sure anniversary right word or not. Kind of 10-year for their kind of team has been kind of they've created, and they host their kind of concert in Xi'an, the city I have mentioned, the kind of Asian, the kind of capital in China. And the local residents said, we have never seen this crowd in our city before. So that's kind of to say how interesting kind of one kind of big event can shape the kind of tourist kind of attraction and destination for the place.
Okay, this is the last question for today.
Oh, great. Last
Okay,
challenge.
I want to ask how to align tourism goals in China with efforts to improve human resources.
Sorry, could you repeat the question one more time? I'm a little bit left behind.
Okay, I want to ask how to align tourism goals in China
Oh yeah.
with efforts to improve human resources.
That's a really hard question about human resources. So it's more about improving the skills to cater the Chinese visitors. Can you understand like that?
Sorry?
Can I understand the question? Like, so what kind of skill you need to develop to cater or to provide a higher quality of service for the Chinese visitors? Can you understand a question like that?
Okay.
Or is this very different question? I'm not really significantly.
Okay.
Sorry, mine is
Okay.
over already.
Okay, let me find the last question then. Okay.
No more hard questions. How I found it easiest one.
This easy one, the easy one.
Yeah.
Is there any rules that need to be followed by the visitor when visiting some of those places that you mentioned before? Maybe like Great Wall or Terracotta.
The must visit place. I think I think previously you have some people have asked the same question. I would say it really depends how long your tour will be. So if a tour for a week, probably Beijing, Shanghai, Xi'an, and maybe come to our city. And for the attractions, it depends on what kind of you like. Of course, China offer the natural, also the historical kind of views. It really depends. For me, for my taste, I like to go to Beijing and go to a very. I don't really want to go to Great Wall, honestly. Of course, I like it, but I first like when I was like 10 years ago. But now I would go to the Beijing and go to a national theater center to watch a very kind of splendid performance about history. That's more chill and more enjoyable. Yeah, it really depends. So I think you need to create your own taste. Yeah.
Okay, maybe when the tourists come to China or wherever they want to go, maybe they try to find out what to do and don'ts before they come, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think one thing you definitely need to probably have the WeChat Pay or Alipay. That's the most important thing you need to have. Because we don't use cash that nowadays, so pretty much everything by phone. So I think that's one thing you need to know, and at least in our city, I would say it's part of the digital technology. So, for example, you go to the tour attractions, you just scan your face in 5 seconds to enter the tour attractions, and the pay will kind of automatically paid through your phone. So it's very different.
Okay, so that's noted. Cashless nowadays, right?
Yeah, particularly in China nowadays. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chen. I think we're gonna wrap up the lecturing today.
Great.
Okay, thank you for sharing your insights for us today. We have learned a great deal about Chinese tourism attraction and destinations, from China, Great Wall, to Terracotta, Chengdu with the adorable panda, and also the Guangzhou from the last event.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is definitely come to visit our city. I think our day we definitely want to invite you to all of you to our university and have a visit. That would be lovely.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Chen, before we finish, we would like to give you a speaker certificate, and we would like to take a picture first.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the comedy, could you share the certificate?
Got certificate. Wow.
I think the certificate, not yet. Okay, while we wait about with the certificate, I want to info the students that don't forget to fill up the feedback form, because we're gonna close the link 15 minutes from on the lecturing end. The certificate not yet. Okay, I think there's a problem.
No worry. You can give me later.
The certificate, we will send it to you.
Yeah.
Via email. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. And it'd be good to share with me the video recording as well. That would be really appreciated.
The recording?
Yeah. 'Cause-
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
I will also talk to the committee.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you to everyone for participating in today's lecturing. And don't forget to fill the feedback that I mentioned before. And we hope you enjoy it. Please join us for our next lecturing. See you everyone and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Thank
Chat.
you.
Thank you.
Thank